Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be talking about the emotional cycles of change. I've done a coaching call recently. This is going to be a recording that I'm about to show you guys from my students a couple weeks ago that I did. And essentially this is something that I wish I knew when I was younger, when I was just starting an online business, and this is something I'm going to impart on you guys. That's why I named the video, watch this before you get into appointment setting, because I want you guys to watch this in full. I want you guys to be aware of these traps that you're gonna face along the way. And I wanna set the expectation that this is not a get rich quick scheme overnight. And you should not treat it like that too. Okay, so make sure you enjoyed the video, make sure you watch, make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe. If you don't know me already, my name is Matt Jacob. I basically went from dropping out of the first year of university, moving back home with parents, feeling very lost, almost depressed, getting into fights all the time, knowing I wanted to get into online business. I wanted to make money online and travel the world and do these cool things that I'm doing now, but I just didn't know where to start. And then a friend hired me to become an appointment setter, and then long story short, I started making money on there. I made more money doing appointment setting, not running my own business, in comparison to when I was running my own businesses and they would not get off the ground. So long story short, I was able to move out of my parents' house in March 2023, and I was traveling to Thailand. I lived there for 3 months. I was living in sick-ass villas with the boys, and now I'm here in Philippines, the motherland, spending time with the family, building cool stuff, again, with the boys, doing what I want, when I want, how I want, having complete freedom. Make sure you watch this. This is something I wish I knew before I started, and let me know your takeaways in the comments below. Hero, you know about this if you've been through the program. That's right.
Yeah, I've studied that over and over. I was down there always. I'm always down there. It's
Terminator
like,
mindset, bro. That's funny. Okay, so this is called the emotional cycle of change. Who is this for? This is for every single one of you. Where does this apply? This especially applies if you're trying to get into something new. Yeah, if you're trying to get into something new, whether you've done it before or not, right? So let's take appointment setting, for example. Let's take appointment setting. This is the emotional cycle of change. There's 5 stages. We're going to go through each one. And this is how 99% of people approach a new business idea, approach anything new, or approach appointment setting. We're going to go through it. And I've been through it too. So I can speak on experience. Stage 1, let's see. So you get into appointment setting and you're all happy. You're excited. You're like, let's fucking go. We're gonna make money from our laptops. I can't wait to travel the world. I can't wait to do all these good things and take care of my parents, right? Uninformed optimism. You're like, I don't know what exactly appointment setting is, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm still excited. Let's get started. That's uninformed optimism. Uninformed optimism. So that's stage 1. Does that sound familiar with you boys? Like, you ever get into appointment setting, into high ticket sales, into anything new, SMMA, e-com? You're like, holy shit, I see these young kids. I see these like 16-year-olds making 200K months with the Shopify store. Let me try. Or I see Iman Gadzi. He's doing SMMA. I want his life. I don't know what exactly SMMA I have to do, but let's do it. So that's stage 1, uninformed optimism. Stage 2 is, so now you're getting into it. You're learning more about the business model. You're learning more about appointment setting, and you start coming into some roadblocks. You're like, okay, I've done outreach. I set up my profile. I don't know what's going on. No one's replying back to me. They're just leaving me on red. This is going to be a lot harder than I thought. And if I sound like Jiro, that's because I hang around with the guy and I've gone through this. Okay, so I'm kind of sounding like him right now. But anyways, that's where you're hitting stage 2. That's called informed pessimism. You're informed. You know what's going on now. You know how appointment setting works. You know how SMMA works. You know how Amazon FBA works, whatever it is, but you're pessimistic about it. This also goes for people in the mentorship. I want to set expectations, and I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start showing people this because it pays off. No matter if it's my mentorship, no matter if it's someone else's mentorship, this is the emotional cycle of change. Number 1, you get into it. If you guys who are in the Oracle, you remember our call, we got you onboarded, you took a look at everything and you're excited, right? That's 1. Number 2, you realize I'm gonna help you, and I've given you everything I could, and I'm here to support you. But ultimately, that last 50%, so it's a team effort, right? It's a team effort. That other 50% needs to come from you, and you're doing it. You're putting in the work. Let's say you're not putting in the work for whatever reason, and now you're getting pessimistic. You're starting to doubt. Okay, I don't know. This is actually a lot harder than I thought. It's a lot harder than math makes it out to be. That's informed pessimism. Okay. Now you know what you're doing. You're pessimistic. You're starting to get a bit iffy, getting a bit stressed. You're getting anxious. You feel like you're overworking yourself. You're uncertain. Now, stage 3, unfortunately, it gets a bit worse. Not always. And again, this is not everyone, but it's a good chunk of people. And it's good to know either way. But let's say stage 3 is valley of despair. That's when things get a lot worse in the sense that you're trying to figure it out. Like, tweak my outreach message. I had to refilm it. I'm trying to do this, this, and this now. Still no one's responding. Or like, I made a couple tweaks. I finally got some interviews. I've tapped into my network, but like all the interviews, like they're either not good positions or I got rejected. Oh shoot, man! Like I don't even know if it's worth it for me. I might just do something else. I might just do sales, or I don't know. This is getting really hard. That's value of despair. That's when it gets worse, and you're typically like even more frustrated, or even more impatient, or even more uncertain, more negativity, because all these things are coming at you. All these things are coming at you, and you know what to do, right? That's value of despair. And like what Rose said, this is where most people give up. And it says here, quit and repeat phases 1 to 3. So what most people will do, like 99% of people, what they will do is they will go from stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and then they'll give up here. It's too much for them. They want to tap out. Appointment setting not for them. And then they stop doing it for a while, and then they go on YouTube and they see a video about growth operating. Oh, I want to do growth operating. That sounds cool. Back to stage 1. Like you're excited about growth operating. You don't know much about it, but you're excited. You think it's better. And that's called shiny object syndrome. That is shiny object syndrome. Have you guys ever heard of this? Have you guys ever gone through this? Because I know I have myself too.
I haven't just heard of it. I've seen it with my own eyes. Like one of my friends, before I was doing any kind of business, he bought like a coaching from this guy back in Germany,
Yeah.
and he jumped from SMMA, from doing that for 2 months. Then he started to do like a Christian TikTok clothing brand. Like, the fuck you doing, man? You jump from that, from doing like like it's too saturated to do something like that. And he went from doing that to like affiliate marketing 1 month later. And every single time he jumped from one to the next, he was like, "Yo,
Exactly.
Kinton, I'm about to make so much money."
Let's bring it back to this. I want to finish this. And then yeah, any last questions? I know we're a bit over time, so I'll try to speed it up. But any last questions, just let me know at the end. So, anyways, where were we? Deep breath. Okay, we're good now. Valley of despair. I've been yapping a lot. So, valley of despair. That's where most people give up. That's what happened to Kinton's friend. He gave up there. And then the loop, the never-ending loop happens of shiny objects. Now, if you do manage to push past, you go to stage 4, which is informed optimism. That's when you start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like, okay, I'm informed. I know what I'm doing. I know what I've been doing wrong. But now I'm feeling optimistic. I'm actually starting to get results now. Okay, for example, yes, I finally got an offer. Someone said yes. It's a good offer too. I get onboarded. You get onboarded a few days later. Boom, book your first meeting. That's amazing. Cool. Let's say you haven't got commission yet, but you're on the right track. That's informed optimism. When you start to gain momentum, you push past the place where people give up and you're pushing through to success, like it says here. Right? So stage 4 is informed optimism. You're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. For example, Libo is in the mentorship. Like Masri, you're in here, right? He's not in here. Okay, never mind. He's not in here. We'll use him as an example anyway. So Masri, he joined the program back in May. And it took him a bit longer than usual. Let's be honest. I'm going to be completely honest. It took him a bit longer than usual to start getting results, or at least get the results that we like to see. We were trying everything. We got him on a position. It wasn't so good. Popped off that one. Started looking for another position. It took quite a while. And then we were going through stages 1, 2, and 3 this whole time while he was going through like Valley of Despair. I just told him, keep your head up, just push through it. It's the trenches, bro. You're going to look back on this, right? Keeping him accountable, like making sure he's doing his outreach. And then he keeps pushing and pushing. A golden opportunity comes up from a friend of mine who I used to work with, and he started his own business. He comes back to me one day and he says he's looking for a setter. Okay, this is the offer, yada, 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 inbound leads, TikTok shop, 5K offer, yada, yada. I know Masri has been grinding for a while, even in the Valley of Despair. So I'm like, okay. And it's US time zone too. Who would be a good fit for this? Masri. I put priority on him because he's been grinding, he's putting in the work, and he fits the qualifications. Let me connect the two. I connect the two in a group chat, hop on a call. Well, they hop on a call, do an interview, he gets the gig. And then like first or second week, bro, he's making commission. Finally. That's stage 4, informed optimism. You start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And then stage 5 is success and fulfillment. And that is where, yeah, you just build off of that and you get the thing you want. So that, guys, is the emotional cycle of change. I want you to be aware of it and just keep in mind which stage you're on and know what to do when you're in that stage. So for example, stage 3, Valley of Despair, what do you need to do? Just don't quit. Don't give up. You can't lose if you don't quit. Just keep trying to figure out what you're doing wrong and make tweaks. Figure out what you're doing right and double down on that. Stage 4, informed optimism. Even if you're in this stage, or even in stage 5, even if you guys are winning right now, let's say you had a good past week, you still have a responsibility. What is that? Your responsibility. So you got there, but you have to stay there. So don't get complacent. Keep up the momentum. Keep going, and make sure you stay there and even like outperform yourself. Like build up on top of it. Don't get this success, get complacent here, flatline, and then go down again. So no matter which stage you're on, you all have a responsibility, and you need to do something about it. Everyone following? Everyone good?
Yeah, man.
Oh, is this all making sense? Everyone, is there no confusion about this anymore, or do we still have questions about this?